Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurhanin Kistina and we are from Group 4. We will present case study 2, which is the turnaround with the Chai Cafe. Before we proceed, let me introduce our team members. The first one is Nur Aufa Syairah binti Sinam, Nur Hanisah binti Muhammad Nur, Aisyah Farihah binti Abdul Muttalib, and Alia Zulaika binti Zulkifli. So, I will be the first presenter. What we will present for today is the background of the company, strategic management accounting model that will be implemented by Moody Chai Cafe, the SWOT analysis that used in this company, issue occur in this company, and any recommendation to the appropriate strategies to the management in this company, and then identify and discuss ethical concern and demonstrate awareness related to the case, and lastly, the conclusion that we can conclude from this case study. Firstly, I will give a simple introduction about Moody Chai Cafe. Moody Mom Corporation is one of the business providing fast food and hamburger. In 2013, he decided to expand the business to a coffee business named Moody Chai Cafe in Melbourne, Australia. Due for the success in Australia, then he expanded the business to other countries and have a great response among residents there. It encouraged the business to start off with Chicago, US, which they assumed to be a great location to expand their business due to the high population. However, there is a lack of acceptance in the US market since there are competitors such as Starbucks and Donut, which operated earlier with great strategy to the customers. Firstly, I will give a simple introduction about Moody Chai Cafe. Moody Mom Corporation is one of the business providing fast food and hamburger. In 2013, he decided to expand the business to a coffee business named Moody Chai Cafe in Melbourne, Australia. Due for the success in Australia, then he expanded the business to other countries and have a great response among residents there. It encouraged the business to start off with Chicago, US, which they assumed to be a great location to expand their business due to the high population. However, there is a lack of acceptance in the US market since there are competitors such as Starbucks and Donut, which operated earlier with great strategy to the customers.
Okay, now I will explain about strategic management accounting. Strategic management accounting is defined as the provision and analysis of management accounting data about a business and its competitors, which is of use in the development and monitoring of the strategy of that business. This management accounting help in researching the different marketing strategies, and Moody Chai Cafe use this information to identify the company's strengths and weakness relative to each competitors. The model we choose comprises three main parts, which are market and competitor analysis, value chain analysis, and cost and attribute driver analysis. The first is market and competitor analysis. The primary reason of the failure in the US market, as mentioned in the earlier sections of the case study, is targeting the wrong age groups. This implies that the market analysis of Moody Chai Cafe has failed as it had targeted the wrong customers. Moody Chai Cafe needs to look cautiously into analyzing the market and the competitors. When both the competitive and market analysis are done right, Moody Chai Cafe can get a clear idea of the way it has to follow in order to achieve its goals. Moody Chai Cafe should making products which are in demand by looking into the customer requirements. The management has to think from the customer's perspective. Why will a customer purchases coffee at Moody Chai instead of Starbucks? Is it because of cheaper pricing? Moody Chai Cafe should also consider the taste and preferences of the customers. Making products which do not suit the taste of the customers is not feasible. The design of the outlets also needs to be improved as well so that the customers feel more comfortable and relaxed while they are sipping their coffee. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the competitors is a crucial step to turn around the business. The competitors such as Donuts and the Starbucks are brands which have long histories in the US coffee market. The strong marketing and advertising campaigns conducted by Dom Donuts have been a huge hit to boost its sales and have achieved a stronger appeal to the customers. Furthermore, Dom Donuts has launched its own mobile application which suited the lifestyle of the community, especially the younger generation. On the other hand, Star Baskets is the giant of the coffee business in the US. Its outlets provide services such as free Wi-Fi, and its relaxing laid-back design has attracted customers for all ages. Market and competitor analysis is a yardstick for Muddy Chai Cafe to benchmark itself against its competitors over time. This allows projections to be made primarily based on facts and data rather than mere guessing.
Next, value chain analysis. It is the use to identify the primary activities and the secondary activities of Moody Chai Cafe that add value to its product. The process is broken down into activities to better analyze each of the value drivers. After that, low-cost strategy or differentiation is formulated through value chain analysis. There are 5 primary activities at Moody Chai Cafe. The first one is inbound logistics. The department was mainly responsible for making decisions on the cost and quality of the raw material purchased. As mentioned in the case, Mr. Thomas is only concerned with the cost of raw material. Moody Chai Cafe's competitors were producing high-quality products and services because they were more concerned about the quality than the cost. Next, operation. The Moody Chai Cafe operation lacked suitable human resources. To deal with the manpower issue, Moody Mum Corporation took action by transferring its employee in the fast food line to serve the operation in Moody Chai Cafe. Those employees had not prior experience in the making and serving a cup of coffee to skillfully serve the coffee to the customers. The poor operation was a factor which had caused Moody Chai Cafe to offer low quality products and to perform poorly compared to its rivals. The third one is outbound logistics. It is the delivery of products and service was the key activities in outbound logistics. In serving customized coffee, barista needed to be patient and focused when preparing each cup of coffee. This process required more time. In contrast, a burger was served as fast food and it required the shorter time possible in its production and delivery. Due to action by transferring its employees, there are differences in operations, production and deliveries between coffee and burger. Next, marketing and sales in Moody Chai Cafe. The activities in the marketing and sales department were promotion and advertisement of product to the customer. In Chicago, the promotion and advertising strategies were not effective. Moody Chai Cafe centralized the marketing decision of all of its outlets. As a result, the promotional campaign were decided by the headquarters and the franchisor did not have the authority to decide on its own marketing campaign. The promotions and advertisement might not match with the targeted consumer in different branches of Moody Chai Cafe. The last one is service. The service provided by Moody Chai Cafe refer to the value-added activities aside from the products sold to its customer. These activities were essential to maintain customer satisfaction upon being served their coffees. For instance, the services provided including cleaning up the place for customers to enjoy the coffee and providing customers a big menu board to select their preference while to order. The services provided a good environment and added customer value in addition to the coffee serving. There are 4 support activities which are infrastructure. The infrastructure of Moody Chai Cafe comprises dining facilities, internet access, serving facilities, and cafe design. This infrastructure were used to support Moody Chai Cafe's primary operation by increasing customer satisfaction. However, the metallic style of the cafe, such as metal sofa and stainless steel seat and tables, did not produce a conducive and comfortable ambience. Next, human resources management. Human resources management at Moody Chai Cafe was handled by the company administration department. Moody Chai Cafe headquarters had little control over the worker hired by the franchisor. Furthermore, no proper staff training was offered to improve the serving qualities offered by the employees. The business administration section was mainly concerned with ensuring that there was enough manpower in each branch of cafe. Next, technology development. It is the use of information technology in cafe operations. Moody Chat Cafe created a website to advertise its coffee and cakes. Furthermore, it employed machines to make the coffee in order to improve operational efficiency. The last one is procurement. Moody Chat Cafe's procurement activities related to the general purchasing costs, which include the acquisition of raw material. The department authorized Mr. Thomas purchase requisition without examining the quality of the raw materials, which were manufactured at the lowest possible price at the expenses of product quality.
Lastly, the cost and attribute driver analysis. Once the cost and attribute drivers are identified, it can be modeled to check whether they can be delivered at an acceptable profit level. Cost and benefit analysis between the cost incurred and the attribute provided have to be done during the process of cost reduction and attributable improvement. Excessive cost reduction might result in lack of product attributes that consumers are looking for, whereas excessive product attributes will lead to escalating high product costs. Both cases are not feasible for competing in the market, and a balance point must be achieved between both objectives. The repeated assessments can be done to improve the profitability of the product lines through cost savings or a more radical business process re-engineering in order to achieve the lowest possible production cost at the desired product attributes. By having sufficient cost data from the other industry players, Madi Side Cafe can benchmark its product cost in each part of the value chain to the industry average or the industry low figures for continuous improvement. Madi Side Cafe needs to focus more on how to deliver its product to suit the consumers and the markets in this case.
For the market competitor analysis, we can use the SWOT analysis to compare between them by identifying the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. One of the strengths of Moody Chat Cafe are have a good support. It can be seen in this case when Moody Chat Cafe get full support and help from Moody Mum Corporation. Moody Mum Corporation have been given financial help for Moody Chat Cafe to fund and sustain their business performance, including plan business, menu, design, and capital. Moody Mum Corporation also has always monitoring the performance of Moody Chat Cafe, such as cafe profit and customer demand of their product. The second one are trained employee. In order to serve a good service to customer, Moody Chat Cafe will register all their barista into training program. This is to ensure that their barista will have complete skill to handle the customer in a good way. Besides that, the cafe also can reduce the using of machine because they already have the skillful staff. And it will increase the productivity of the barista. The third strength are affordable price and wide range product. Moody Chat Cafe provide a high quality coffee with a lower price than other competitors, and also produce a new menu to add more variation in their business in order to attract more customers and increase profit. Next, we move to the next slide. The first weakness is lack of manpower. This can be seen in US. Moody Chat Cafe has a lack of employee to give a good service to their customer. Then, Moody Mum Corporation also have been requested by Moody Chat Cafe to transfer more employees to them to ensure that the customer receive their product faster. It is a bad attitude in business since they not have a separation of duties. The second one is high price of technology. All the systems that being used by Moody Chat Cafe need to be latest technology. They need to pay in order to upgrade the technology. And it is very costly and difficult to companies since they need to compete with other competitors.
The first opportunities that Madi Side Cafe have is potential to expand growth. Madi Chai Cafe can easily expand their business in the market as their headquarters, Madi Mam Cafe, is already well known and have a good reputation in business. Besides, there was a big and profitable market segment of middle and low income consumers as Madi Chai Cafe offers a high quality coffee but at lower rates compared to its main competitors. Madi Chai Cafe could re-up this market segment by continue in offering low prices for its product to meet customers' price expectations. Next, technological opportunities. Advanced technology solutions help Madi Chai Cafe to achieve and maintain a competitive advantage in their industry. The information technology departments always ensure they meet the changing needs in the complex business environment. This advanced technology had helped Madi Chai Cafe to achieve economies of scale in its coffee production. The coffee making machines and system increase the efficiency of preparing the coffee at a higher and standardized quality. Since the facilities reduce the production cost of a coffee by eliminating the idle time and material wastage, the customers can enjoy Madi Chai coffee at a reasonable and affordable price. Lastly, marketplace innovation opportunities. Seasonal offerings with special drinks or coffees provided opportunities for Madi Chai Cafe to earn more portions of first initiation market share in the coffee marketplace, which triggered the curiosity of first initiators. The unique innovation that Madi Chai Cafe developed could help differentiate the business among the competitors, giving a boost to the revenue of Madi Chai Cafe. By offering these new products which match the taste of customers, Madi Chai Cafe will be successful in gaining more market share and to sustain itself in the coffee marketplace. The first threat of Madi Chai Cafe is competition. Madi Chai Cafe had to compete directly with the large coffee chains in the market. Compared to other competitors, Madi Chai Cafe is the youngest, while Dom Donuts and Star Baskets were very experienced in this industry. They had better knowledge on the sourcing and supply of quality coffee beans. Madi Chai Cafe was a late mover in the coffee drinks industry and therefore had lost the first mover advantage in the industry. Next, immature coffee market. Since the coffee market in the US was still immature, Madi Chai Cafe could not target the middle and low income consumers directly at that time. Meanwhile, Star Baskets had high brand loyalty from its customers due to its successfully building a good relationship with its customers. Madi Chai Cafe may face difficulties in advertising their products. It is because Star Basket stores also created a sense of belonging to its customers and had successfully become the favorite place for working adults to visit and stay after work in a way which Madi Chai Cafe has failed to do. Lastly, different preferences in different geographical areas. The demand of coffee served in Australian market and American market is completely different. For example, the communities in the US prefer the coffee with a bitter taste, unlike the Australians who prefer sweetness in the coffees. This inaccurate market study regarding types of coffee had led to Madi Chai Cafe's failure in the US market. The failure of market study was also led to failure in targeted different consumer base. For example, the targeted consumers in US are young working adults aged from 20 to 40, which is different from the Australian model which is catering for adults aged 30 to 60. Competitive positioning is a marketing strategy that refers to how a marketing team can differentiate a company from its competitors. The position of the company depends on how the value it provides with goods and services compares to the value of similar goods and services in the market. The marketing department of MCC was struggling to do better and more effective advertising to compete with its competitors, as its competitors were preferred by many public figures. For example, Star Baskets became a luxury coffee choice and the public figures drinking the coffee that gave it a premium social status. However, based on a market survey that had been conducted, the results showed that Madi Chai Cafe had been rated higher than another two competitors in terms of the taste and customer preference. Madi Chai Cafe also went for a slight hybrid best cost strategy by providing better quality products at affordable yet still low pricing. Besides, the company also invested in heavy advertising and promotional activities such as giving out free coffees for 2 weeks. The uniqueness of all this strategy improved Madi Chai Cafe reputation and encouraged purchases. This could lead to create loyal customers and at the same time creating competitive value because loyal customers may be more willing to purchase new products, recommend products to friends, and increase product visibility on social media.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So, I'm going to brief you on the issues arise from this case study. The first issue we may look here is that operating environment which is not suitable with the customer's preference. The original concept of Madimam was totally contradicting with the desired concept of Madi Child Cafe based on the preference of its target customer group. Madimam was well known for its kid-friendly environment. Meanwhile, modern designs were conceptualized for Madi Child Cafe in order to create a relaxing environment for working adults to stay after working. There was a gap in terms of environment and interior design of the cafe, and also the preference of targeted consumers. So the best solution we come up with, instead of standardized advertising and promotional throughout the country, the marketing department can decide on the type of operating environments which are different according to the market regions based on the feedback from each outlet obtained from the outlet managers by the business administrative department. Another alternative solution here is that we can use CSR program and other promotional techniques such as radio and television advertising. Madi Child Cafe has to make coffee drinking a trend among the community members in all stages of customer groups. The coffee drinking trend can also be achieved through limited coffee promotions. So let's move on with the next issue, the price wars between the big three companies. Starbucks is targeting the luxury market segment by providing high-quality coffee. Meanwhile, Dom Donuts achieve a 20% lower cost than Starbucks. However, Madi Child Cafe has lowered the price of its coffee to gain the projected market shares. Since Madi Child Cafe market has been rated higher in terms of taste and customers' preferences, Starbucks and Dom Donuts has lowered their price to retain the customer as they are aware of the threats by the Madi Child Cafe. Since the Madi Child Cafe uses the low cost value proposition of the product, it limits the product to be offered. So the best solution we come up here is, in order to survive and do well in the rigorous cafe-based industry, Madi Child Cafe can offer free coffees during certain hours in a week to attract and obtain feedback from the consumers. If consumers like the taste of the coffee, they will return to the Madi Child Cafe and make another purchase. So the alternative solution here is, in order to remain relevant in providing service and product, Madi Child Cafe can create an efficient website since now there is many modern consumers. The client pool is limited if they just operated locally from a physical location. A website may link Madi Child Cafe with anyone with internet connection anywhere, so they will know any offers or promotion available on the website instantly. So the third issue arise from this case study is that the centralized marketing and products offered does not suit diverse customers' preference in different geographical areas. Since promotion strategies only focus on a few market segments, for such in this case, the marketing to promote sweet drink does not match the taste for the customer who prefer other types of coffee drinks. The franchises that are located in the office area may have customers who prefer bitter coffee drinks to boost their energy before going to work. Besides, the inaccurate market study regarding the types of coffee have led Madi Child Cafe's failure in the US market. The demand of coffee served in Australian market and American market is completely different. We think the best solution to counter this issue is that the marketing department can decide on the type of promotion activities based on the market segments. They can conduct surveys and take into consideration the residents' preferences. Each geographical area has their own preferences. From the global market perspective, in Australia, the flat white coffee is the most preferred by the coffee drinkers. Meanwhile, the most preferable coffee drinks of the Americans overall was latte. Another alternative solution here is to provide more customizations to the customers. Customization provides more preferences to customers based on their interest in the taste of the coffee. Plus, the uniqueness of the product gives customer loyalty and attract them to purchase the coffee again and again. The fourth and the last issue here is that there was no well-trained baristas in Madichat Cafe to serve the customers. The employees were relocated from the fast food line to the coffee shop line. The operations of Madichat Cafe did not coincide with the intended value proposition of its products. We think the best solution to counter this issue is to send the existing employees to the coffee training program. Madichat Cafe can hire local coffee trainers for a couple of weeks to retrain the existing employees on coffee brewing, latte art, espresso extractions, and customer service. By sharpening their skills, it can help Madichat Cafe to sell more products and build a steady base of regular customers. And then the alternative solutions here is that they can open up a new position for baristas to be working in the cafes. However, these solutions may increase the administration costs as they have to spend for the requirement process expenses. Next, let's move on to the ethical concern in this case study. Ethics and business are intertwined. Plus, as social expectation changes, companies should be prepared to adapt their ethical codes to cover modern employee needs and consumer needs. In this case study, the first ethical concern which can be found is that there are unhealthy working conditions in the organizations. Since Madichat Cafe has a lack of manpower, it would be difficult for them to maintain the fast lead time service. This could lead to forcing their employees to work hard and put pressure on their employees. Therefore, they could engage with unethical behavior to reach those goals. Ethical consideration they should conduct here is to provide workers with convenient working conditions. Madichat Cafe should increase the numbers of manpower since their cafe is already well known. The more people available to work, the faster or more projects an organization can do. The second ethical concern in this case study is that franchisor is being unfair to the franchisee. In this case, the headquarters has decided to do promotion for Mocha drinks for all outlets. This action is unfair to some franchisee that are cafes located in the office area who are targeting working adults that prefer bitter coffee drinks. The ethical consideration they should set is for franchisor to have to treat franchisee fairly. Franchisor should give authority to the franchisee to do marketing works to promote the products. Some franchisees should carry out the marketing works based on the customer preference, based on the demographic or psychographic segment. The third and the last ethical concern in this case study is that Madichat Cafe does not prioritize the quality of the material used. The manager of the purchasing departments always emphasize to focus on lowering the cost. This action could lead to a risk where they ignore the quality and other aspects of the material in order to achieve the lowest cost. The ethical consideration that should be applied here is to provide customers with the best value products. Madichat Cafe has to take into consideration other aspects in purchasing materials. They must execute a standard for purchasing department to purchase a certain quality standard of coffee bean to be used in the making of the products in order to preserve the value proposition to be served to the customers. In conclusion, Madichat Cafe need to be well prepared before starting the new business in new region. They need to conduct more research in different market segment and what the customers prefer. That's all from us. Thank you.